Okay, well, I'm Roxana Guerrero. I'm an instructional technology specialist, and I work with 10 schools. So if I'm not one of your schools, that's okay. There's an instructional technology specialist on your school to help you and support you in all your need. And so this course today is going to be from 1 to 2:30. This is called Canvas Expectations, and we're going to be looking at the apprentice level. I'm going to slow down what kind of the sessions go kind of fast. I want to kind of take you on a tour on Canvas and show you what the students see, what you're able to do, kind of talk about a little bit on the notifications, talk about how you navigate with the global navigation and the course navigation. Get in there and practice creating inside of the modules. And then also I would like to kind of clarify some misconceptions on the publishing. So it's not a lot. We're going to take it slow. I just want you to know that this is just kind of a little bit slower for those that are new. So if you are new to Canvas or did not get to use it a lot, go ahead and put that in the chat box for me and just say new or still kind of new to Canvas. Very good. Good. Yes, perfect. You're in the right session. So we'll just be taking a look at that, and you may interrupt me and ask questions. New to the district. Very good. Still very new. Good. Some of our elementary schools didn't get to use it a lot, so I felt it important that we offer this course so that you could have the opportunity to ask questions and get to know a little bit more about Apprentice. Still learning. Very good. Okay, very nice. So one of the things that I like to do is 3 things. Number 1, make sure you sign in the chat box, your school and your role. So I want to make sure that you get credit for being here today. At the end of the session, I will give you a Google form with a secret code just for this session. And that's how we'll verify that you get credit. Or they give you credit later during the week when they have all the OmniTrack organized and settled down. The second thing I like to do is ask you to make sure your camera is turned on. In turning on your camera, it shows that you are actively participating. That's fine. And so make sure your camera is on. I'm also modeling what you would do with your students. So you want your students to have your cameras turned on. So please turn on your camera. And the third thing is that I like to do, especially for your students, is to make sure that your name is on your thumbnail. So if when you look at the screen and you see your little picture, does it have your first name and your last name? So how you fix that is if you hover over your little picture, there's going to be 3 little dots horizontally. Click on that one. And the 4th option will say rename. I want you to put your first name and your last name if that's not already there. So go ahead and change that for me. I see Glinda Woods. Thank you for being here. Mary Sibley, hello. You can wave at me. Very nice. Raquel, of course, I said hello to you there. Ms. Cano's fixing her name. I can see her typing. Nola is here. Ricardo is here. Hello, Ricardo. Terry Stapleton, hello. And Martin Alvarado is here. Very nice. I can see all of you. Thank you for waving back at me. Judy is here. Anne Marie is here. If I call your name, wave at me. Vanessa, Blanca, Irma, Kimberly, Sherry, Mary Lou Stout. Hello, Mary Lou. Rachel Benson. I know Rachel. Chelsea, Maria, Ashley, Valerie, Althea. That's a pretty name. Lena Lopez. Hello, Lopez. Very good. Let me keep going. I'm going to skip some of you. There's lots of you in here. Jenny, Marissa, Angie, David. I can see all first names and last names. Very good. Monica Garcia is here. Very nice. Crystal is here. Hello, Rachel. You're looking all ready to go. Rachel Gonzalez. She's looking all cool. I'm ready. Claudia's here. Casey, very nice. Angela, wonderful. And Truth is here too. Mr. Eric Gonzalez brought his drink with him. Very nice. And Kelsey is here. Very good. Let me see. Got a couple of more screens. Gloria, Cindy, Lori, Kimberly. Very good. Very nice. And see, okay, very good. Oh my gosh, I have 8 screens. So Victoria, Ann, Lauren, Jennifer, Veronica, Josie, Rachel, Melina. Wow, there's a lot of people. How exciting. Very good. Okay, so once again, the 3 things I'd like for you to do, number 1 is put your name, your school name and your role in the chat box. And the second one is make sure your camera is turned on so that you are actively participating. Very good. And the third one is if your first name and last name is not on your thumbnail, go ahead and hover over the picture, go to the 3 dots and click rename, and you can put in your first name and your last name. This is a presentation for apprentice level. We're gonna go real slow, or try to go real slow, I talk fast, and we're gonna talk about how to navigate in Canvas and what are all the different things that are in there. So we'll actually go through the entire global navigation, look a little bit about what's on the inside, and then if we can get there, start creating in there so you can kind of see how to make things, how to put things in there. All righty, so very good. And if you didn't hear at the beginning, at the end of the session, I am going to be giving you a Google form, and I am also going to be giving you a secret code just for this session so that when you sign in, then you will be able to get credit. I will turn that Google form spreadsheet to Cindy Perez, and then she will be able to give you credit for the session. All right, I think we're ready. Do we have any quick questions before we get started? Everyone good?
Hi, this is Kenya.
I'm sorry.
Let's go with Ms. Price first. And Ms. Ryan,
Hi,
fixing your name while she's speaking.
I just wanted to just let you know I am finishing up things for central office, so I am transitioning back to my house. So I'm here, but I'm almost home.
Okay, Ms. Price, thank you. No problem. You just hop in there and you can keep listening. And I think some people were going to leave it too to go to a different session. That's okay too. Mr. Dennis Wisner, if you go to his, he'll give you a Google form also at the end of his. So be sure you sign out when you leave so that I know you were here for at least an hour. And if there's any questions, I can say that you were here for about an hour. And then Ms. Ryan, did you have a question?
Oh, you said you're going to change my name. I don't have 3 dots in the top of my picture.
When you hover over your picture, the little dots don't come up?
No.
Okay.
Mine don't either.
Are you using a Chromebook?
I am, yes.
Okay, somebody said with the Chromebooks it doesn't let you do that. So that's okay, I have your last name. Very good. I sounded like somebody was trying to ask a question, but I wasn't sure. Okay, very good. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and make sure that everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, but you can unmute and nicely interrupt me if you need me to repeat something or get clarification.
Roxanne.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what do we do with the 3 dots after we hover over our picture?
If you click on the 3 dots, the 4th one down says rename, and you can put your full name and last name in there. Instead of N.I. Figueroa, you can put Nympha Figueroa. So you can put your first name and last name. And so what I was explaining is you want to have your students do the same thing, because they'll go in there and put, I don't know, Big Daddy or Hot Mama. And so you want their first name and their last name. You want to keep it as professional as possible.
Okay.
Go ahead and share my screen.
And under what do you want us to put that under?
When you do rename, it's gonna put your first name and last name in your thumbnail so I can see who's in my.
Okay, rename. Okay.
Rename, yes. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen. Can I get some confirmation from some of you that you can see my screen? Sometimes it takes a little while.
It's there.
Okay, very good, thank you. All right, so I'm gonna kind of go in order. I wanna talk a little bit about notifications and then I'll explain what that means. So this is my Canvas. This is called the dashboard. When I go into Canvas, this is the first thing I see. Over here, yes.
I'm sorry, are you able to make it a little bit bigger? Is there a way?
On your screen, do you see pictures and then my screenshot?
Yes, I do.
Between both of those on the right, there's a little pull bar. If you kind of hover over it, you can pull it to the right and your screen gets bigger.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. Okay, so on your dashboard over here on the left side, this is called the global navigation. It's global because that will stay there, what course you are in. Over here, we have the course tiles, and I have lots of different ones. And all the way to the right, this is called the right side panel. This panel will change dynamically depending on where you are at. So we're gonna start here in the global navigation. And if you just want to relax this afternoon, you just had lunch and you just want to kind of watch me walk through it, that's fine, that's good. If you want to take notes, that's fine. You can open up another tab and take notes or take notes on paper. Anything is fine. Remember, I'm already recording, so you will be able to see this a little bit later. So over here is the account and a little picture in it. If I click on accounts, my very first option is notifications. When I click on notifications, this is something you want to do as a teacher, and you also want your students and your parents to do also. Notice that on the right side, I have 3 columns. You probably have 1 column that is directly aligned to your short username that you use to log into Canvas. Your parents and your students might have 2 columns, and even yourself. And the second column usually shows up if they download the Canvas student app, Canvas parent app, or the Canvas teacher app. In the app, it allows you to also set your notifications. And then on this page, you end up having 2 columns because you have your Canvas app, and then you have your Canvas on your dashboard. So, some of the things that you might want to see up here at the top, it reminds you what all these little symbols are. A check means it's going to notify you right away. The little clock means it's going to send you daily summaries. And the little calendar reminds you that it's going to send you a weekly summary. Of course, the X is an option not to receive a notification whatsoever. So I'm going to go through this, but know that if you are an elementary teacher, they're going to go through this again on August 6th and take it slowly and help you go in and work on it. And tomorrow for middle school. But you're going to want to have things like the due date. When I have this checked off right away, as a teacher, if I am a student in my principal's course, then I will get a notification right away if they put in some due dates. So it might be my lesson plans. I need to go put in my lesson plans for my principal. They're in the Google slide presentation that your Canvas user is going to use on August 4th or August 6th. In 2 slides, it tells you everything that I'm telling you. It kind of gives you a summary of what those buttons are for. So someone's asking if there was like a summary for that, and that's what we have. All righty. As a student, the same thing. If you put in something that has a due date, then the student will get a notification right away that there's something due. The other one you want to turn on is right here. This one is announcements. Anytime the teacher sends out an announcement, you will get a notification. Announcements go out. A teacher can send out an announcement to the parents and the students in the course that they are associated with. And the parents, if they've never been in Canvas, are supposed to still get the announcement in the email that they registered with. So when you register, you have to give a personal email. Canvas is already attached to that email. Any announcement you send out, the parents should get.
Hey, Roxana, can I interrupt you?
Yes.
This is Mike Florence. I'm at Dawson. So as a parent, like my daughter's a senior, I don't need to know what's going on. I mean, you know, she's got her stuff under control, but I get emails hourly from her teachers. Is this where I would go in, I guess, on the parent side and cancel all that stuff out? If I don't want to get emails from her teachers?
Yes, so the other choices are you could get a daily summary and a weekly summary. If you have, you can turn it off. And if you have a Canvas parent app, then you can say you only want emails if the grade is below a 70 or maybe above a 90, so you can congratulate her and stuff like that. So it's a good Canvas parent app. Great question. Okay. There's also announcements that your principal sends that will also go to your students and your parents.
Roxana, I'm sorry, I have a question too.
Okay.
Does it matter what, I guess, form of email you use? Does that make sense? Because like I'm still old school, I use AOL. Can I use my AOL for this? Or do I have to get a Gmail?
So parents are recommended that they use a personal email. I don't believe it matters which one. As a teacher, it's difficult to check your students in Canvas because it thinks you're the teacher for another course. You can go to Firefox and you can log in as a parent G-username, and you can do it in Firefox, but you cannot do it in Chrome.
Okay.
All right, so for the sake of time, as I come to little sections, I will stop and see if there are questions. All right, so then right underneath announcements, I have announcements created by you. And so this one is really good for the teacher. I don't believe this is an option for the students, but for the teacher, if I send out an announcement to my students, that announcement will come right back to me. And that's for me just to verify and clarify that everything looks good and I had done it correctly. So I like to have these two on as a teacher. For the student, it would just be the one announcement. Okay, let's keep going on this one. Right down here in conversations. So as a teacher, one of the things that might happen is you might want to go ahead and turn these three on. These have to do with your inbox. So notice in your global navigation towards the middle, there is an inbox. The students can message you, the parents can message you, and you can message the student. And if you don't have these three turned on, then you don't necessarily get the notification that something has come through. So I don't know if you can see it. I have 273. Those are not current. Those are from the past 5 years. I need to go in there and clean it up so that when I do get a current email, I will be notified that that is there. But have that turned on so that you know if your parents are trying to communicate with you.
Roxanne, which three are they? I mean, I can't keep up fast with your little arrow. Which three are you talking about?
In conversations.
Oh, conversations. Okay.
Conversations, there's three that you need to turn on.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes, I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. Oh, yes. A parent can email a student, their student, and a student can email their mom or dad. But parents cannot email other students, and other students cannot email other parents. So everyone is aligned, and there's security set up there. That's always a question that comes up. In scheduling, we have calendar. You want to turn on your calendar and get notified right away if you want to make sure you know that events are coming up or assignments are coming up. Anything that falls in the calendar, they'll notify you. Again, you could do a daily or a summary, a weekly summary option. At the very bottom, and anytime you hover any over these, hover over the titles, it will tell you what it's about. So if on your account, administrative notifications at the very bottom, excuse me, if that one is checked in any of those, then you're going to be getting 200 or 300 emails per day. So is that you? Is anyone in this session getting 200 or 300 emails from Canvas? Go ahead and put yes in the chat box. I'd like to know about that. And the way you turn that off is right here where it says admin notifications should be X'd out. Oh, we are getting some people. So this is just made your day, I'm sure. If you put X all the way across on administrative notifications, that will turn it off. And we're trying to get that defaulted at the district level, but no, they're not able to do that. So make sure there's an X there. The next one, content link error. Sometimes content link error. Sometimes I do a weekly one. It will let me know if one of my links, if there was an error in it. And then the very last one is global announcements. Global announcements come from your principal or from the district. So if anything big is happening, they'll send it out to all parents. They might send it out to all teachers, administrators, and students, depending on what it is. And then that one can be at the very bottom. It says your weekly notifications will be sent. Mine says Saturday between 2 and 4. So if I have a weekly option to get my summary, then that's when I'm going to get my summary, and it'll tell you it's different for everybody, so you'll have to read it at the very bottom.
Okay, excuse me. I see that on scheduling you have some if you could scroll your screen, like am I supposed to have my screen similar to yours for scheduling, like appointment signups, appointment cancellations, appointment availability?
Yes. I'm at a higher level with the rights in Canvas, so it might look different. But in this one, the only one I was recommending was to check on calendar.
Okay, so then the others, we X them out then.
Yeah, we really, we haven't been teaching appointments, so
Okay.
you can X those out. They don't have to, you don't have to do those now. As we move forward, if that's something we think we're gonna use, then we'll teach you how to do it, but right now we're turning them off.
Okay. So then basically our screen should look like what you have checked on yours, right?
Yes, on my first column, the other two you can ignore, but yeah, it should look like mine. So that's my recommendation. Sometimes, like in course activities, course content is one, like Mr. Florence. In my case, as a teacher, any course that I'm in, and I'm probably in 50 courses because I help the different people, different teachers and specialists. Every time somebody puts something in there, I will email saying that they're working in their course. So I don't suggest turning that one on. But if you feel like you need to know when someone's working, like your principal's working in the course or something, you can turn that on and it'll let you know. But the ones I've shown you are the minimal ones, and they're all the ones you want your students and your parents to have, except for they may not have the announcement created by you.
Okay. Can you not move the screen so I can see which ones you have there? Okay,
Yeah.
wait.
So again, on August 4th and 6th, when your Canvas super user shows you, they'll have, actually I have it right here. Let me do this for you. I pulled it out just for you, but I can't remember where I put it. Right there. Does that help you? Those are the ones that I just mentioned. And then in the conversations, those three.
Okay.
And does everyone know how to take a screenshot? You do Alt print screen on your computer, or you can go to your Windows and do a snipping tool. So when I go to my Windows, I can start typing SN for snippet, and it's going to come up here. I don't think it's coming up because I already have it on my, at the bottom of my screen, but that's how you would, you can just take a quick snippet of that. But this, you'll see this again when we do the Canvas super users on August 4th or 6th.
Does it automatically save, or do you need to click like save on there?
Same question.
Once you select it and take a picture of it, you go to File, Save As, and it will save in your computer.
No, on the settings. So
No,
like
this page is done. There's no.
it'll save already.
Yes.
Roxanne,
When you
Roxanne,
notification-
hello? Hello? Why do you have all of the grading turned off?
Because I don't really need it. It's not really talking to eSchool Plus right now. It's not to the Teacher Access Center.
So that's only for eSchool Plus?
Well, we're not really using it. We don't have a policy in here for grading. Teacher Access Center is your official grading grade book.
So this has nothing to do with Speed Grader?
No. Well, no, it doesn't.
Okay.
Roxanne,
Yeah,
a picture again, a snippet again. Control alternate what now did you say?
on my screen, I have an alternate button, and then I can click to the right of F12 says PRT SCR print screen. So I could do that, and it'll take a picture of the whole thing.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So this is notifications. You want to make sure you have your notifications as a teacher turned on, and you also want to teach this to your parents or your students. I am a little bit busy, but I will put down that one day when I'm not as busy as it's been a little bit crazy around here, I will try to make a little notification video. I'm trying to think if we already included it. While we're thinking about that, let me show you. Let's go over here to ccic.us. This is the district's website. If you go to ccic.us, at the very bottom of the front of the first screen, so you should be able to recognize this. Right down here, I don't know why they put it at the very bottom, there is a Canvas Video Parent Series. There is an English one, and there's one in Spanish. We did about 6 videos to help parents kind of understand how Canvas works and what they can do to help their student. We translated it and put it over here in Spanish. So when I click on here, it looks like this. It's a choice board. It'll come up in just a second. And the parents will click on it to learn how to do the different things. So look, yes, I did have it set up. How to set up your notifications. It's right there. If I click on it, it takes me here You can just tell them where to go and where to find it, and then here it is, and there's also in Spanish.
Hello, Corpus Christi ISD.
We'll just stop there.
This video was showed.
Okay, so are available.
They have to have any type of password or anything like that, or they could just get right into it.
Just jump in there and start watching. And all 6 of those were translated, put in there for Spanish.
When are they going to get, how do the parents get their username password?
If I had a bell, ding, 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 ding. That is the question of the week. My understanding, because I don't think I've gotten mine either, I believe they're going to send them out closer to the beginning of the first day of school. And so it will be instructions on how to get their G-username, guardian username, and how to set up their passwords. We're looking closer to the beginning of the school year. Great question. Thank you for asking. Okay, so let's go back and let's go ahead and take a look at the next part. So all we did was the first part of the global navigation. Now we're going to go to dashboard. When I click on dashboard, and we'll talk a little bit about that, and then we'll go through the rest of it. In my dashboard, it looks a little bit different from last year. This year, what they did was put the published courses on top. So I have lots of published courses. This is my sandbox. And this one right here with the color, it looks like balloons and neon. That is going to be the blended learning, remote learning course that everyone in the district will have to help them understand a little bit more about remote learning. And there's some things in there that you can learn. Every teacher will go in there and there's some work that you can do asynchronous, which means is self-paced. And so make sure you have that on your dashboard. If you don't have it, you need to check with your ITA or your dean. All right, so further down, after see, there's all the courses that I work with, this every school. Down here we have unpublished. So for you, if you have some courses that have been sent out to you, they're called blueprint courses. It might be reading, math, science, and social studies, or algebra 1 or something else. You'll know the difference because the ones that I have, like this faculty course, there's something down here at the bottom. But on yours, you'll have something like 2021 full year or 2021 fall semester, something like that. And those are the ones that were sent to you from the district. If you don't have the correct tiles, then you need to get with your data entry clerk or your registrar. They're the ones that assign you to courses in eSchool Plus, and Canvas speaks directly to eSchool Plus in regards to the course tiles that land on your dashboard.
Oh, I have a question. So on the tiles, if, like, for example, I teach 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but I want the lower level as well because I teach special ed and I want to pull lessons from the other ones. How can I get those added to my dashboard if I'm not, I mean, I don't have any students enrolled,
Yes.
but I do.
So if you
need
don't
the
have students
information.
assigned to you, but you help a specific teacher, then you could have that teacher make you a co-teacher in the classroom. And once you're a teacher in there, then you will have that Canvas card tile on the dashboard.
Ms. Guerrero,
Okay.
excuse me,
Thank
I have a question. You stated that we're like, I'm a lower grade teacher, 2nd grade, so we're going to do asynchronous. So where did you say that what had to be, make sure that my administrator had that on my dashboard? Is that what you said? Or I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
For elementary on August 6th, you're going to be working with your Canvas super user and teaching you a little bit more about Canvas. And what I was saying is that all of you should have one of these on your dashboard, but they sent you an email. It was a link to enroll in the blended learning course. You click on it and it allows you to become a student in this course. So there's work there that you can work through, read, watch, and then do the assignments that are specifically to your level. And you're probably an apprentice level, so you'll do the easiest assignment.
Who sent us that link?
So it should have come from your instructional technology specialist. So either Brandy Addison, Dennis Wisner, you know, those people, Seth, Melissa, myself, Roxana Guerrero. If you did not get it, you check with your ITA or your principal, and they will help you get enrolled in the course. This is either for tomorrow secondary or August 6th for elementary.
I have one other question. If we don't have some of the tiles, we get with Dennis Wisner for that also? Like I have a reading and I have a math, I have no science and no social studies.
Okay. The blended learning course has to do with our office, instructional technology. That one's for August 4th and August 6th. That one you could get with Dennis Whistler. Have a course, if you're teaching a course, like you said, you don't have social studies and science, and you're a teacher and you have students, you should have a course tile. If you do not have it, you need to check with your registrar or your data entry clerk, because whatever plus connects directly to Canvas. So it has to do with what is in Eagle Plus. All right, we're going to continue.
Roxanne, this is Christine Marroquin at Blanchmore.
Hello, Ms.
Marroquin. How do you take a course out if you don't want it there?
Oh, thank you so much. Before I move on. So that's actually the next button, but since we're talking about it, see all of these courses, these are ones that I've been working on. These here, the science ones, these were for last summer. If I wanted to take those out, I can go and do like a favorites button. And here's where you would find it. So the next button here in the global navigation is courses. I'm gonna click on it. You're gonna have a little window and you're gonna scroll down to the bottom to where it says all courses. And we're gonna click on all courses. So I clicked on that one. And then it's going to show me what courses I'm in, what my role is, and if it's published. And these are all in the white area if they're published. And you won't have as many as I do, but I'm a bit busy these days. And then right here, when you start seeing the ones that are not published, these are in red. It tells me if I'm a student or a teacher. And if I go further down, for those that were here last year, you have your past enrollments. So these are the ones, here's where they've been archived. If you're looking for your profile or your biography, here's where you will go for your past enrollments to get that information. Notice that at the top, some of my courses are orange and some of them are white. I'm sorry, the little stars, some have orange stars and some are white. The ones that are orange are my favorite ones. I just click on it. If I want this physics Canvas module, I could click right here. And if it turns orange, those are the ones that are gonna land on your dashboards. The ones that are white do not land on the dashboard. You still have them, they're in your account, they're just not visible. That's how you do your favorites. Does that help you, Dr. Monaking?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Roxanne,
So I need to go clean mine up.
It might be a little, I may be a little bit ahead, but if you're saying we can go down there and get our from last year, our info from last year, and
Yes.
when we go put it in for this year, do our syllabuses all have to be what's already on there, or can we change it?
No, you definitely want to tweak it, modify it, and update it. There's a huge trend going on right now with the Google Classroom, not the, the Bitmoji Classroom. You want that on inside the module on a home page. If you're going to have any type of Bitmoji, it needs to be at the top, like a little banner. And then what we really need, because it's a public-facing page that the board members, the public, anybody can go in there and see on your syllabus, we're going to need a real photo, a profile, professional photo, your school information, like your room, your phone number, the conference time, those types of things, your biography, and your course description. Again, they'll talk a little bit more about that on August 4th and August 6th. But
okay, great.
The picture, not a Bitmoji. You can put your
thank you
in a homepage and
no. Okay, thanks.
And a question again on that.
Jermaine, can we unpublish something? Like I have stuff on there from Martin, which I was at Martin last year, and now I moved to elementary, but I still have Martin stuff. How do I unpublish that so that it can go down to the bottom?
Is it like the Martin's faculty course?
It's not my classes. It's not the actual classes that I taught, but it's like Martin faculty.
Yes, the faculty ones. I'm going to talk to the principals about putting an end date there so they go away.
I have a Martin blended learning guide also.
Is it blue or black?
It's a blue. It says blended learning guide.
Okay, so right here, let me just summarize. You can turn on and off a star. If it's turned on, it turns orange, and that course will land on your dashboard. If you don't,
none of my stars are orange. They're all white.
Okay, but they're fine because they're in the background. Oh, if they're all white, then everything shows up. Until you make one orange, then you can go pick and choose.
Okay, so I just, the ones that I want, I orange them and they'll go up to the top and the other ones will go down?
Well, they'll go to your dashboard. This page stays the same regardless. You don't have to worry that it's published or not published unless it's a current course with students in it. You have to make sure it's published, and you want to make sure the little orange star is turned off.
Okay.
This page is behind the scene. This is everything pertaining to you. Don't worry about anything other than if it is a current course, you should have it starred orange and it comes up on your dashboard.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm going to go back to dashboard. I'm going to show you a little bit more about what that looks like. Notice that on the right-hand side, I have my right side panel. Oh, since we're talking about the card tiles, your students, especially in secondary, will figure out that these three little dots here, it's a vertical menu. I'm going to call that the skinny snowman. When I click on there, you have options. Right now, it's defaulted to the card view. If I go down to list view, then it's going to give me a list of my courses. And it's going to put it in order of things that are due. So these things are due on August 3rd. I have something due August 7th. Here's August 10th, and it keeps going. And then and they are color coded. So some students like it like this because they can see what's coming up. Here is just another activity. Okay. If I go up to the top, I can also do a recent activity. So if I click on that one, then it gives it to me this way, and I look at all my announcements at one point, all my assignment notifications, and all my discussions. So most often the three dots, the skinny snowman, is going to be on card view, and this is what you see here. On the right-hand side, we have the right side panel. Notice that I have a to-do list. As a student, I will have assignments that I need to turn in. Notice right here it says, turn in, get to know you, turn in application. So it looks like I need to do some work as a student. As a teacher, notice what it says, grade assignment 3. It says I have 27 assignments that were turned in that I haven't graded. And there's some other things over here. Underneath all of this, it says coming up. So for students, you can see what's coming up. I have an application due August 3rd, Google file, and some other things there. And I can also click on here where it says view calendar, and I can see these 3 things on my calendar, and I can see when they're coming up. Underneath that, it says nothing for now. This is recent feedback. If you as a teacher grade something in the Spree grader and puts in some comments, I really need this to be improved, please add some more verbs, or I really need more research behind it, whatever you want to do, more evidence, or great job, awesome. All of that will fall right here, and it'll say comment for this assignment. They click on it, and it takes the student to the comment that you put. So that's a good place where the student will see if there's comments or feedback from the teacher. Feedback can be, well, let me,
Roxanne.
text boxes can be, feedback can be a text, an audio recording, or a video recording. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Cantu.
Well, I didn't use this in the distance learning we did in March, but we were like, on rapid identity, we're assigning like the science and the math and the social studies and things like that. And that in itself has a due date. So the difference between that and this is
huge. So I understand that, like, even in McGraw-Hill, they don't really talk to each other right now. If you want to continue using that, because that's a good platform, that's fine. But I'm going to ask you to make sure you put the assignment, even if you put the title, a quick description, assignment on page 227, 1 through 5 or whatever, and a due date. Because in Canvas, whenever you have an assignment, a quiz, or a discussion with a due date, that due date is huge. The due date is gonna show up, like I said here, in the to-do. It's gonna show up here. I'm gonna show you in a minute the calendar. It's gonna show up in the calendar. On this dashboard, if they go to list view, it will show up here that it's gonna be due. It's gonna show up in the Canvas student app. And 1, 2, 3, it will show up in the, let me go here real quick. I have to go into a course. It's gonna show up at the bottom of the syllabus. So it shows up like in 5 different places. That's
So they get an overall picture of all the subjects.
yes. And the
Okay.
reason I say it's huge is because this year you're going to have to show analytics that your students are participating in your course.
Okay.
That's your session, but that's why we need to stay inside of Canvas as much as possible. When I get into the course, if you, Miss Cantu, will remind me about people, I will show you what it looks like in people when you see if someone has been in the course.
Okay.
So Roxana,
Yes.
because, and going back to what Miss Eva said, the Pearson Realize, the STEM scopes, that has its own grading system.
Yes.
That's not synchronized with Canvas yet.
Correct.
So we will just give them the directions to still continue to go into rapid identity and do progress monitoring test in the Pearson program or in the STEM scopes program as an assignment or a page.
So Miss Longoria, Salem, so I don't get in trouble, I would put it in an assignment, but
Okay.
if you know for sure, you can check with both your content specialists. They'll know if it's integrated or not, and or your principal. So y'all can decide where it best fits. I'm just saying that if you're pulling them out and that doesn't have an analytics, it's going to be a good idea to at least put the assignment so you have evidence that you gave the assignments and the students are, yes, I'm turning it in or giving.
I'm just thinking about the accountability when you assign an assignment. You have to, the speed grader, for instance, do I have to show, well, not exactly, it doesn't have to be a numerical because it's complete or incomplete.
It can be complete or incomplete. Yes. So I'm not going to say any more because
right.
It's different for every subject. So find your content specialist and let's get that figured out.
Thank you.
Great question. Okay, so now what I would like to do is go back to my dashboard and let me see, I think, oh yes, I'm going to show you one more thing in my dashboard. I want to show you that in the right panel, go back to card view. We have the to-do, we talked about the coming. Okay, right under here, you have start a new course. I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to start a new course if you have the district sending you the blueprint courses with your students already in there. This is if you don't have a sandbox. A sandbox in a playground, you go and play and build and do things and tear things down and build them up again. So in Canvas, you can have a sandbox where you can practice doing those things and not mess up your course. So if I go in and I practice putting in a Nearpod in my sandbox and I feel good with that skill, then I can go into my live course where my students are and put in my Nearpod. So Canvas allows you to have a sandbox to practice. So you would simply click here to start a new course. You would put in your first name. I would put sandbox in capital letters. Let me just show you right here. I would put my name, I'll put sandbox in capital letters, and you can just say create course. That is if you don't have a sandbox. Most of you have a sandbox, so you're gonna be okay. Another reason you might wanna use it is if you are a club sponsor and you wanna put your students in there so you can do announcements specifically for them, give them content and things to get them going. Like there was a technology club, hint, hint, wink, wink, something like that. You would do a course just for that club for the after school. Other than that, you really don't need to touch that button.
Roxanne, it's Dr. Marroquin again. And do I have to start another hub for this year for the school, or do I continue to use the one I had?
For the faculty hub?
Yeah.
Yes, I would start a new one because you probably have a new faculty and you probably have new documents.
Okay.
You want to have a clean, fresh slate. If you continue using the other one, you're going to have that syllabus that's really long. It's
okay.
Confuse people. So yes,
all right. Thank you.
How do you add students to a new course?
How do you add students to a new course?
Like say that it's a club. How do you add, when you add a new course, say that I'm doing safety patrol, how would I add those students?
Ms. Yanis?
Yes.
That's a great question. If you'll send that to me in my email, roxana.guerrero, I will send you information. It's a little bit, it's having to go into settings and work on more options.
Okay.
To be able to show you that. Your ITA or your Canvas super user might be able to show you, but if not, I will send you directions.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And in this case, when I click here for view grades, again, anything that has to do with grades in Canvas has to do with things that are being collected and submitted and graded and given feedback. So it would just give me something like this. I think on the student side, it would do it by course, and then it will do like maybe the average of what's happening in Canvas. Again, that grade for that course might be different from the Teacher Access Center, which is the official grade book. I will keep saying that, but that is available there too. All right, so we're only halfway down the global navigation. So now we're gonna go to calendar. The calendar, your students have access to the calendar. And the calendars, again, anytime you put a due date in an assignment, in a quiz, or in a discussion, it will show up in the calendar. And also the calendar can be used for a student. If they have a project that's due on Friday, they can make their own events or add things on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as they prepare to turn it in on Thursday. So right here, it's kind of small on August, I think that's July 29th, there was Tech to Teach, and July 30th, it was another Tech to Teach. So those right there, that was an event, we put it in there and it lands there. I can go, I don't know if I have other ones in August, I might not have them turned in. Let me turn on this one. Okay, so I'm in this here. I clicked it to turn it on. This was my sandbox. I can go here to the skinny snowman and I can give it a color and say apply. And so right here, these three have to go with my Rocks 21 sandbox. And so when I know that, you know, that's a really important course. And so I'm gonna make it red so I can draw my eye to it. As I turn these things in, these will stay on the calendar, but they'll be striked through. So you can tell that I've done that, I can move on to the next one. As the students get assignments, they will land on the calendar and they'll be able to see what's coming up next this week and next week. Students don't know it's there. So it's something as a teacher, you might want to show them, hey, did y'all know there was a calendar? And then it'll show them also by week. You can click the week. Let me see where my stuff is. I think these things were due at midnight. So
can I ask a question, please?
Okay, just a second. We have month.
Hello?
We have it by agenda. And so in the agenda, it also shows it that way. Okay, go ahead. Ms.
So
Tyson.
that I understand this, so we're the one that put in this information. The kids can't go back and use this as their own calendar, right?
So
we're the one that put in the information.
When you put in your due date, it's gonna be in there. You will, yeah, you're the one putting it in. The student can go here, you and the student can go here to the plus sign. We're gonna click the plus sign, and you can create an event. You can create, if you have a test on Friday, you can create a little event, review your practice on Wednesday, and you can do a little reminder and it'll land right there.
Okay.
It's my own to-do, and I would put it there. I notice it says assignments. I would not put it here. I would go to assignments and make sure it's all spelled out and it's in a module and it has a due date. So it's available. Just be careful with forgetting to put it in a module. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so you can change the colors and it will start showing up here so you can see the different things. Let's go to the inbox. In the inbox, again, your students can email you, your parents can email you, and you can email your students. There's a little tiny paper here with a pencil. You would click here. It's asking you to select a course. I'm going to do, let's go to, whoops. I'm going to select the course. Let me see if I could find IT PLC. So this is a course from last year. I'm going to select that one. Once I select the course, if I can start typing the person that I'm looking for. And so it knows who's in my course. So that one says, is it Norma Camarillo or Maria Cavazos? Oh yeah, it's Maria Cavazos. And then I can say, well, I'm looking for Brandy. I can start typing her name and her name should come up and I can select her also. This is Brandy's Bunch and then Brandy Addison. So that's if I do it by individual. I can also come here to the little directory and I can look for teachers, and there's the list of teachers. I can add Melissa, and so I can just keep building that. And then I'm going to put in my title. Maybe it's a welcome, maybe it's a hello. But say, for instance, I put in 10 students, and these are very individualized messages. I want them to know that I'm checking on them and see how they're doing, but I don't want to have to write 10 individual messages. This little button right here that says send an individual message to each recipient. It'll take all the names and do an individual message for you, so you don't have to do it 10 times. And then right in here, you would just start typing the message, and then you would hit send. And so that's how you would do it for your students and your parents. I'm going to cancel that.
So we would have to know the parent's name?
So not necessarily in your people, it's going to have the parent's name. Like it'll say Johnny Gonzalez, and then underneath it, it might say Maria Gonzalez. So Johnny will have student, and Maria will have observer, and it'll say observing Johnny Gonzalez.
Okay.
So tell you who's connected to who, and we'll look at that.
Awesome.
In a second. All right, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do, so just know that that's available there. I'm going to go to Commons. Commons is where you can go find pre-made material to put into your Canvas. It can be material from any district, or it can be material from Corpus Christi. So I'm going to get rid of this. It already wants me to search something. So right here, if I'm looking for something in geometry, I could type that out and see if anything comes up. And then there's so much stuff there. Maybe I need to be more specific. So over here on the right, there's a filter. I can go in there and say, okay, I'm looking only for modules. Notice it turns green. I'm looking for, let's go 6th grade, or you know what, let's do, I'm gonna do 5th grade and see what happens. Okay, so 5th grade, and right here it says, it looks like you can find things from different schools or some that have been put in there, but right here I say, I want a public resource or Corpus Christi. I'm gonna click on Corpus Christi, and then I click out of there, and I can see that for 5th grade geometry, I have these here, and I don't, yeah, both of those are grade 5, so I have something there, and I'm like, oh, this one looks interesting. This is for week February 17th. I'm gonna click on this one. These were probably from last year. Click on that one, and it should give me a preview of what's inside. I can also go to details. In the details, it says it's April Chapa, grade 5, but it doesn't say when she put it in. And it looks like, oh, February 13th, she put it in at 2:30, and it will sometimes show you the preview of what's inside there. So let's say I thought, wow, that looks pretty good. I want it. A module is like an online packet. It's going to be lots of different things. It should give you more information. Let's say I want it. I go to import, download, that button. Blue buttons are good. And then it gets the list of my courses. So if I wanted to put it right here in the course that I'm kind of sharing with you today, I could put it there. As soon as I click that button, sorry, I have a lot of courses. My import to course, the blue, this right here turns blue. I can click it and it goes into my course. So you might have, this year what we're doing is the curriculum specialist made a course, and they put in either the first 6 weeks or the first 2 weeks of school. And so that module is ready to go. The specialist might decide that they're going to put in the 3rd week or the 4th week, but instead of pushing it into your course, they're going to allow you to go into Commons. They're going to tell you what to look for. You're going to choose it. You're going to choose what course it goes into, and you're going to drop it in yourself. A little bit different from last year, because last year things were being pushed and people were getting confused. This year, you will go to Commons to find it and bring it back in. Questions on Commons?
Roxana.
Yes.
On Commons, I'm guessing that we're probably gonna have to go through something else because pre-K is not even on there.
Depends on if Iris Estrada has put something in there or not. And you can also look at all public, not just corporate.
Okay.
Yes, great question.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. We're going to continue. So the way to get back, I can just click over here. Let's go ahead and click on the backpack. So every student should have the backpack. When you click on the backpack, it takes you to Rapid Identity. So we put that there on purpose so they could stay in Canvas. They would click here on Rapid Identity. They're going to put in their username. I don't think you need that at CCIC. And then let me go ahead. I just changed my password. Some of you probably have done the same. Let's see if it. So yes, thanks. So it's gonna let me into Rapid Identity. And so there's nothing there. I need to make sure I go over here on the left side to the applications, click on applications. And this is everything that I have accessible. So as a teacher, everything that you have accessible will be there. And for students, it should be everything that you have accessible as a teacher, the students should have also. Some of the ones that, notice that some of these are green, like here, this is green, a green perimeter, and this is a red perimeter. The green perimeter means it's, you just click it and you single sign on, you just hop in. Over here, the red one is going to be, require another password.
So when we assign the assignment for this curriculum in here, we have to tell them to go to retrieve it from backpack to get to Rapid Identity? Do we give them those instructions?
Yes, if you're trying to get them to the Rapid Identity, they go through the backpack.
Now, okay.
So learning.com integrates nicely with Canvas. They don't come here for that unless they're going to do like the adaptive keyboarding, but you can put learning.com assignments inside Canvas. If you have 10 spelling words, you want them to practice writing, you can put an assignment from learning.com in there where they practice writing your spelling words. And so they're practicing typing and they're practicing the spelling words for that week. So there's different ones that work. Here's Mayan. Again, anything in red, you need another sign in. The green ones, they go straight there. And I apologize. I don't have access as a teacher, so I can't tell you how much more you can do there. So we'll just stop on that one.
Hey, Roxana, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
So did I hear you right that they have to go through Canvas, through the backpack to get to Rapid Identity?
That's one way. The other way, I believe, is my.ccic.us.
Okay. That's what I wanted to clear up. So they can go through it the other way. They don't have to go through backpack.
Correct. And
okay, thanks.
If they're in Canvas, they can click there. If they're not in Canvas, they can just type in my.ccic.us.
Sounds good. Thanks.
One more question. For the applications on Rapid Identity, do you know who to contact? Because right now we don't have the Go Math one.
Yes, I would contact your content specialist. So would that be Yvonne Hines? Yvonne Hines, do you know her?
Yes.
Okay, she would be your person. So you always contact, for your digital resources, you always contact your content specialist, and then they'll let you know what it is you have to do. All right, very good, great questions. All right, so going down the global navigation, we're now at the backpack. We did that one, curriculum guides. Excuse me, this is what we call the CCIC Apple. When I click on there, excuse me, it's gonna take you to a course that has all of the grade levels and all of the content. And so there's my elementary.
So, I'm sorry, quick question. What if you click there and there's like nothing there? Who do you contact to get that information?
You're a teacher?
New teacher.
Only teachers have access to this. I would again contact maybe your content specialist to see what they're doing. But you should be able to click on there and see this. So if you're not seeing that, try your content specialist and see what they say. So here is yes.
I'm sorry, content specialist. Even though that they're all different content.
Shoot me an email and I'll find you the person.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Okay, so this is elementary. You choose whichever content you want, and then you'll be able to go in there and find the instructional guides. Here is middle school, Everything is there. And then right down here, we have high school. And so whatever you're looking for, the instructional guides and what you're going to be teaching, you would click right there. So if you were secondary today, you've seen or heard a little bit about this morning, and you might hear a little bit about it tomorrow. Elementary, yours is the 5th and the 6th. So that's all I want to say there. And then the last button on the global navigation is the help button. So if there's anything you get out of, whoops. Uh-oh, are we still here? Am I
Yes.
black? Okay, good. Oh, that was scary. Here we go. We have the help button. In the help button, there, right here, we have chat with Canvas support. So you can text back and forth with a Canvas, with someone actually from the Canvas company, and they're there for support 24/7. Sometimes they'll ask you to go up to the top and copy the URL at the top of your Chrome browser, and then you would put that in the chat so that they can go and see exactly what you're seeing in Canvas. The other thing you can do is whoops, I clicked it. The Canvas teacher checklist. I'm sorry, not the Canvas teacher checklist. The Canvas help guide, sorry, Canvas support hotline. This is where you can talk to someone 24/7 on the phone, and they will walk you through the issues. And then the last one up here is the Canvas search guides. If you click on that one, right here, you're going to have the Canvas guides. These are how-to guides with visuals. And right here, the video guides, they're exactly that. That's one of my favorites. You go in there. You might have to choose if you are an instructor or a student. So this is available for the students too. This is everybody. This is more your principals. Your community. Right here, you are the instructor. So all of these are like 2 or 3 minute videos that you can watch. Here's a little bit about how to make announcements, how to make an assignment. So these are just real short. You don't have to go in order. You can pick and choose. And then underneath you is all this for your students. So I would maybe watch one and see if that's something that your students would benefit from. And then you can have your students watch that also. But those are video guides, and we also do have the Canvas guides. The Canvas guides are just written out with pictures. So you can say if you're an instructor, a student, or a parent. So I'm going to say instructor. And then I'm going to go look for the announcement. So I'm going to scroll down. Here's all these videos on the new analytics. So you can go there. Here's more on the announcements, and it says here, how to add an announcement in a course. So you would click that, and it's going to show you a how-to with pictures on how to set that up. So here we go.
Where are those located again?
I'll show you in just a second.
Help.
Yes, in the Canvas help.
Okay, thank you.
If you like to read, do it this way. If you like to watch a video, you can do it the other way. And those are again here. When you go in the global navigation for help, here's the guide, a hotline, and the chat box. Okay. Wow. So I've been speaking for a whole hour. So let's see in the, so far in the chat box, tell me which one you're feeling, what do you feel is the most important, or what are you going to be looking towards working with in the global navigation? You have accounts for your notifications, you have your dashboard, you have courses, calendar, inbox, comments.
The CCISD curriculum is the one to find all the IGs.
Yes.
Right, so that one, so we can do the planning.
Yes, ma'am.
But not everybody says tech savvy as you. Thank you,
I'm
though.
just clicking buttons.
I got a little bit more clarification now that, you know, he did it.
Yes, very good. And all we did today for an hour is go through the entire global navigation. So we're going to now look inside of a course.
So, excuse me.
Yes.
So when you're going to go inside the course, that's when we're going to talk about maybe our videos that we have to input, like when we're going over our curriculum with students.
Yeah, we can look at that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so now, good. You have a lot of answers there. Very good, thank you. Oh, okay, here we go now. So I'm gonna go back to my dashboard to go find a course to go into. When I go to my dashboard, you can go to an actual course where you have students in. I'm going to go to this one. This is my sandbox because this is where I'm going to show you some things. So this is a very classic look of a syllabus. Notice that I land in my syllabus. So you know, any public person, any parent without a username and password can go to your campus website, click on directory and click on your name. And then sometimes they click on the course and it will take them to this syllabus page. And they can view this page without a password and username. So I have a little banner. Here's my information that I need to put in there. I have my real photo picture. I have my biography and my course description. So they can see this much. They can also see a little bit about which assignments are due. And so this is called the public facing page. Any parent can go see that, any board member, anybody who's curious can go in there, click around and see your syllabus. There are some settings that the specialist should have clicked for you so that only those that are in your course can actually go further. But this is what the public can see without any username and password.
Mrs. Guerrero, how do you insert banners? Is that another training?
Yeah, Melissa Gonzalez is doing that again this tomorrow, or she's doing it on the 5th and the 10th, and she should have recorded here. So if you go there later tonight or maybe tomorrow, you can see the recording, and she'll go through how to do those banners.
Okay, thank you.
Question. Okay, so then let's go ahead and the way you get to the material is you can click on modules. And sometimes parents don't know that. So you could have a little word here that says getting started or let's get started. When they click on it, it'll take them to the modules. And it'll take them to the specific, if you want to take them to a page where you land like a home page, you can take them there. So right here is the teacher side. I have two modules. One module is for, is there someone trying to ask a question?
Yes, this is Coach Auger. I'm sorry, Jerry Auger. Can you see me?
Yes.
Anyway, there's a lot of people. All I see is Zoom right here. I see you and I see me, but do you have anything on the screen right now?
I do. See if on top of where you have the people, there's some buttons you can click through there and see if you can see the screen.
Like show grid and show thumbnail video?
Yes.
Show thumbnail video? I'm doing that. I lost y'all. I mean, I'm here with you. I hear you, but I don't see it.
Okay, so
the
recording will have the screen sharing, so you can go back and watch it too. All righty. So now we're inside.
I have a question. I'm sorry. On the navigation on the left-hand side, the left bar, not the global navigation, but where you have home syllabus, should our menu look like yours where you have, because mine's like kind of out of order with what you have up?
Great question.
Are we supposed to arrange that a certain way, like our home syllabus, announcements, modules?
Okay, so again, on August 4th and 6th, they're going to kind of go through this. District-wide, we have home, syllabus, announcement, and module. And then I like to say anything after that, I would like to, if you could put it in alphabetically so that they're at least kind of in the right order district-wide because they're alphabetical. The way you do that, this is the global navigation. This is the course navigation because this is going to be inside the course. At the very bottom, you have settings. You can click on settings. And this step, you shouldn't have to do if the specialist did it correctly. But if they didn't or whatever happened, then this is how you would fix it. The third tab is called navigation. And so you have home, syllabus, announcement, and modules. So if you have things there that don't belong there, you can just grab them, click and drag underneath the little paragraph. And that's minimum that you should have. Home, syllabus, announcement, and modules. Once you have it the way you like it, you would go and hit save. Now, if you have something at the bottom that you want to have there, then you can go backwards. You can grab people and move it up. And you can grab Nearpod and move it up. Again, it's home, syllabus, announcement, modules, and then you would put the ones underneath that in alphabetical order.
I can refresh.
Once you put it in the right order, you have to go down to the bottom and you hit save, and then it'll do it. But if you forget to hit save, it'll put it back the way it was. Did that answer your question, Ms. Murphy?
Yes, but also on announcements on mine, it has a little I with a slash going through it, like it's not visible, and I don't know how to take that off.
Okay, awesome. So remember that these are the ones that I chose for the students to be able to see. So these are the ones that don't have the little eyeball. These have eyeballs because they're underneath this paragraph, and I'm hiding it from the student. If it has an eyeball on any of these, especially announcements and modules, it's because you haven't created anything. If you create a module, then you haven't published it. Once it's published, then that little module becomes apparent. And then the little eyeball on the announcement, once you make an announcement and send it out, then that becomes an option that they can click.
I see. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Very good.
Roxanne, where can we find the videos that you're talking about? Where do I go for those videos?
The Canvas videos?
Yeah, well, the ones that, you know, that'll teach us step by step and we can refer back to them for.
So right over here in the global navigation, there's a help button. If you click on the help button.
Okay.
At the very top, search Canvas guides.
Okay.
You go in there and you can choose if you want to look at the Canvas guide or the video guides. And I was choosing the video guides. All right, so over here on the right side, again, you have a dynamic right panel, and it will change depending on which screen you're on. So I'm going to go to modules. And here are the modules we were talking about. Notice right here that there's all these little green buttons. You might have gotten something that looked like this. So you have a module and your little circles are not green. Can't turn mine off. I think I can't turn that off because I've already turned in an assignment, so it's telling me, hey, don't turn it off. You already have grades in there. Okay, so here's a misconception. I had a lot of teachers over the spring break, over that little time period, where they were like, my students can't see my modules. They can't see the assignment. I have the assignment. Look, I published it. When it's green, it means that it's published. The problem here is that this assignment lives inside this module, and the module itself is not published. So I have to go in there and make sure that the entire module is published. And then once it's published, if there's something I don't want them to see, I can turn that off. So if I put my lesson plans at the top and it says do not publish, then after I publish it, make sure you go and turn it off. So the students can only see what is published, starting with you have to publish the course, you have to publish at least one module, and at least one module item inside the module. Questions on publishing? So in your blueprint course, you're going to be given some information, some content, some assignments already made for your students. You can go in there and tweak it for your audience, or you can, depending on what your content specialist says, you might go in there and you might be able to turn something off if it doesn't apply to your students, or you can add something to it. You can do different things. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to quickly show you how you can add something. Let's say this is one that's ready to go. We're going to add content. So I'm going to go here to my module title, and I have a plus sign. I have a plus sign up here that's blue and a plus sign here that it's in the gray area. The blue one will start a whole new packet, an online packet, which is your module. This one here on the gray panel will start, will allow you to add more things to this module. So I'm going to click on that one. I get a screen that looks like this and a little pull down screen here. And it's reminding me that it's going to go in the Summer PD Apprentice module. All of these things are available for you to add. The one that you use to add content is called page. So I'm going to click on page, and right under here it says new page. So once I do that, I click on over here where it says page name. It's asking for the name of the page. So I'm going to say example of, someone asked me to do something. Example of, let's do the media tool. I can spell it. I'm looking at too many things. Whoops. Yes. So in the media tool, example of the media tool, And then you can indent it here if you want. If you want to indent it later, that's fine. And then all you do is you add the item. So we're going to add a content page, and we're going to play with the media tool. So I'm going to add the item. Anytime you add anything, it always goes to the bottom. If I want to move it up, I can do that, put it right up here. I can move it in different places. Notice it's not published, so I would have to publish that one. And then to go inside of it, to add things to it, I could go here and I can say, just click on the title and it's going to open it up. So there's nothing there. It's just the title. What I'm going to do is I need to go into the edit mode. So I'm going to click on the pencil that says edit. I'm going to get in there. And then it's going to give me an area where I can type. And I have my rich content editor here. So right here, I can add instructions that I could add to give a little bit more clarification for the content or the assignment that's coming up, whatever you want to do. You have lots of different things. You can bold it, you can change the color, you can make it way bigger. We're recommending 18 points or higher, so even 24 if you want it. So that's there. You can center it. You can do all those different things. So if I wanted to add a media recording, this is a short one explaining something. The other ones would be like how you would add a YouTube. So I'll show you both of them. We need to hurry up here. The media tool, there's little tiny icons. This is a gallery. This is a little rectangle with a triangle. It says record and upload media when I hover over it. I can click here. I'm going to either upload and record, or I can go find media in my course. So it's usually the first one. So I'm going to click on that one. And I can look for it in my computer if it's something I've already saved, or I can record. This particular media tool is going to be the one that you use if you have something under 5 minutes that you want to be able to add as instruction, or clarification, or giving a question to your students. So it shows up like this. I have my camera turned on, and in a minute, I'm gonna start recording. When I click start recording, I am going to make sure I'm smiling, because right at one is gonna take a picture, and it's gonna put that. So I'm like, if I'm in the middle of my talking and my mouth is open, that's what you're gonna have. So this would be something like a real quick. So I have to remember to smile. Hi, thank you for coming today. This assignment is going to be due tomorrow at midnight. And what I'd like for you to do is think about, how does the story relate to your family? The story we just read. Here's another example. Hi, I would like for you to read me your spelling words one at a time. And I want you to do that twice for me. Okay, good luck. And then you would stop it. So whatever the instructions are, you can put it there. You can start over and redo it, or you can watch yourself. Hi, thank you for coming today. This assignment is going to be due tomorrow at midnight. And what I'd like for you to do is think about, how does the story relate to your family? The story. Okay, so whatever it is, let's say we like it, we save it, and it's going to land here. So these are the little short ones that are going to help your content come to life, because they're going to see you and they're going to be able to hear your voice and hear the instructions. And it's going to land.
I'm sorry. I had a question.
Go ahead.
So those are only 5 minutes. You cannot embed like any looms that you might have that extend over 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is long?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay.
So that one goes there. This is also a tool that you can have your students use to give you information, and they can record themselves like on a Chromebook and talk to you, like, and do an introduction, or talk to you about what they understand, or talk to you about what their favorite things are. You could do that in an assignment. So now if you wanted to embed something, we could go to here to my YouTube. This is a media tool how-to that I did. So I would go find the YouTube that I need. So let me back up for a second. When you do a Zoom and you're recording, when you end the course, it's going to render, and it's going to tell you, do you want it in your computer or do you want it in the cloud? I put mine in the computer. When I go to the file where it's at, the one that says Zoom_0 is the one that I go and put in YouTube. And I put it in there and I do an unlisted. And then I get that link, which in this case would be here on my 3 dots, whoops, in the share. And I can take this link right here. I'm just going to say copy. So once your Zoom is in YouTube, you would copy the link and go back to your, where you want to put it. So let's say this is my content page, and I'm going to say, here's the recording for you to review. I can do Control V, and Canvas notes it's a YouTube. And so all I did was I pasted it, and then I like to put a little space after the last character, and it makes it a link. And then if I go down here to save it, then it's going to turn it into a little thumbnail. So that one can be a little bit longer. There's my thumbnail. And when they click on it, they can make it a little bit bigger, expanding it with that little box. So they can make it really big. Okay, so that's how you can do both.
So you cannot do it from the very first option you gave us, since we already have that Loom recorded and it's saved onto the computer. We cannot just grab it the way you did on the first one.
So the first one is called the media tool, and you do it live in Canvas.
But I believe it, I thought you said it gives you an option to get it out of the computer or wherever you have it.
Yeah, I saved it on the computer, and it's Zoom_0 is the one I want. It's hard to share it, so the best thing to do is put it in YouTube. You can unlist it, give it a title, and then once it's in YouTube, you can grab that link and put it right there, and then it's ready to go.
Mrs. Guerra, can I ask a question?
Yes.
This is Jerry Auger again, and I don't have chat. I don't have the screen. So if I just click to join again, can you let me in that way so that I can get my code and my form through chat? Because I'm listening to you guys, but I don't know what happened. Is that a way to get back in, to just click here to join?
I had to go back through the main email and get back in that way.
Yeah, I'm going to click here to join. It's the
Right.
Canvas expectations. I'm going to try that. I'm going to go ahead.
That's fine,
I had to
Jerry.
get back in that way too.
Jerry, I'll take care of you. I'll take care of it for you.
I'm going to try to click it, but that's all I can do.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, guys. Keep going.
On Media Tool, can you show me that icon again where I'm going to insert that, where I'm going to record myself? Which icon was that again? I'm sorry.
So you go into the edit mode, and in Rich Content Editor, I'm using the new one. It's going to be, it looks like a little rectangle with a triangle in it, and if you look, it looks like
so a triangle within a triangle, kind of?
Yeah, and there's musical notes on it, so I guess they're saying you could do audio. But if you hover over all of these, you're looking for the one that says record or upload media.
Thank you.
Will the kids have access to YouTube this year? Because the elementary school kids didn't.
They did. So they had opened it during the summer. They also have access at home. If there's something educational that you feel they need, you can go through the help desk and have them unblock it for you, put it on the white, I think it's called the white page it. They can put it on the list and they can have that part open for the students, but they don't just open it wide. Just ask the help desk and they'll let you know if they can open that or not.
Okay, thank you.
But like the one that I just showed, I just put a YouTube there. I enlisted it. And so if they can't see it at school, they should be able to see it at home. Before I move from this page, I just wanted to show you that down here, there's a little button that says add to students to-do list, add to students to do. So even though it's not an assignment, I can click it right there. And then that tells the students, and it's gonna have a due date on it, that I need them to watch this video by a certain time. So it needs to be done by tomorrow at midnight. And then I can say save and publish. And now this, even though it's not an assignment, this is what I need you to do before this date. So that's another thing that you can do. What I'm gonna do is go to modules, and I wanna talk to you a little bit about assignments, and then we're gonna have to call that a day for now. It's a lot of information. All right, so I went again to the top of my module where it's gray, and I went across the sign, and when I click on there, I know that my assignment will land inside this module. So I'm gonna click on the plus, and again, remember we pull down and we pick pages. This time I'm gonna choose assignment. So I'm gonna click on assignment. I'm going to go ahead and click on new assignment, and then I'm gonna go here, and my assignment is going to be to please, oh, I need a title, sorry, I was ready to go. I'm gonna do vocabulary. Words for week, and then Canvas likes it to be specific or unique is the word. So if you just say vocabulary word, vocabulary word, vocabulary word, it's gonna get confused. So you have to put like the week 1.3, or you can put the date for August 13th or whatever it might be. And then you just hit add item, and that's gonna show up at the bottom. Again, you can move it and put it anywhere in your module. I'm going to put it at the top just for fun. I'm going to click vocabulary word. So again, I'm just clicking to go inside. Anytime I want to add things, notice there's no points, nothing is happening. I'm going to go to edit. I need to be in edit mode so I can change it. So here's my rich content editor. Anytime I have that, I can do any of those things. I can add a media tool. I can add a YouTube. I can change my font. I can do a hyperlink. Any of those things that you can do in the others, you do right there. At the bottom here, this is where I add my points. Points, I can decide if I'm gonna do a complete or incomplete points actually, or a grade, letter grade. I can do those. I'm gonna leave it on points. You can also say do not count. Oh, there it went away. Let me see what's happening. Are y'all still there? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what's happening. Okay, so you can say do not count this assignment towards the final grade. It's a practice. You can give them a grade so they could see how they were going to do. You can click that if you want. Here's where you have submission type. So we're going to choose, if you do no submission, that means they're turning something in that there's nothing, it's just an assignment, something for them to do. Most often you're going to choose online. The other option is on paper and external tool. External tool would be if you had something that was going to be like a Nearpod, or if you were going to do a Google Doc Cloud assignment. So there's specific things, a learning.com you would do there. But for this one, we're going to do an online. So I'm going to click online. And when I click on that one, it gives me some options. My options are that I can have them type directly in the text box. So they're going to type in there. I could have them do a media tool where they're going to talk back to me and record it, or I could do a file upload. So you type it wherever you want, but now you can upload it. This is new this year. It says submission attempts. So this one is unlimited or limited. And I suppose that if I hit limited, it's going to tell me how many times they can turn something in. Most often, it's best to allow the student to turn in as much as you want. They can continue to submit. On the teacher side, you will see they've submitted 3 or 4 times. On the student side, it only shows the latest submission, so they can see what was the last thing I turned in. Down at the bottom here is where you put an assignment due date. So let's say that this is due on the 4th. This is due for everybody tomorrow by midnight. And I can say, oh, but wait, little Johnny needs a little bit more time, because I know that in his IEP, he needs to be given just a little bit more time. So what I'm going to do is go down here to add. So I'm going to click on this one. And so notice this is everyone due it on August 4th. And right here, I'm going to pretend that this Canvas student, if I start typing it, here's my student. It could be little Johnny, or it could even be in secondary, it could be a certain section. So period 2 is going to get more time because we didn't get there because of announcements or whatever it might be. So I have the student, I can click off of it, and now because everyone's due on August 4th, I can make his due on August 5th or 6th at midnight. And so now, this is one way that you could differentiate your due dates by adding underneath there other additional due dates. It's the same assignment, but they get to turn it in 2 different times. Okay, very good. And then I would save and publish.
Roxanne, a quick question. Are we going to get the code?
Yes, let's do that right now. I noticed that people are leaving and they didn't get the code. So the code is, well, let me see. Let's go here. Here we go. The secret code is Red Hots. I'm going to go here. I'm going to put it for everybody. And it's capital R-E-D, capital H-O-T. Red Hots is the code word. Those are those little candies that are cinnamon flavored and they're kind of spicy.
And where do we put that in?
You put that in the Google form that I just put. There's a link in your chat box. Click on that.
I see it. All right.
You're going to fill out that you were at the Canvas Expectation. Roxana Guerrero, secret code Red Hots. So I'll put that in there. The title is Canvas Expectations.
It's not letting us in. I'm clicking on the blue link.
It's not letting me in either.
Okay, let me try it again.
Would this be first, second, or what extra? Is it a second session?
Yeah, is this a second session?
I got in. It opens a different window, but I got in.
Okay, good. If this is the second session today, you put second session. If this is your first session, you can put first session. We just want to know how many sessions you've been to today.
Oh, okay.
IT.
I'm not able to get in when I click on that blue link.
Let me put it in one more time.
In the chat, it does.
On the chat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll come over here.
What is the?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to click it in the chat.
Okay, got it. I'm in.
The
Thank
course
you.
Canvas
I
Expectations.
got in too.
And my name is Roxana Guerrero, and the secret code is Red Hots. Those little candies that are pica. Red Hots. That's the code.
What was the name of the course?
Canvas Expectation.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, Roxanne, that's what I tell my granddaughter all the time. It picas.
Yes, ma'am. So we did get through everything this time. And so I want you to give me, as you're exiting, if you will give me a 2-word check. How are you doing now? Do you feel a little bit better about Canvas? Go ahead and give me a 2-word check. How are you doing as you're finishing up and leaving this? Feeling good, feeling confident, somewhat better, great information, good. And know that, especially if you're at the elementary and you guys didn't use it very much, feel free to reach out to your IT specialist and they will come out and they will help you. We will come and sit with you. And if you need me to go through this all again, then we will do it again. We are recording and I'm gonna render it. I'm gonna grab my Zoom _0, put it in YouTube, unlist it, and then I'll put it back in the choice box, choice board for you to come to find my link. So better, just a lot of information. And we didn't like do a whole bunch. We just kind of learned how to navigate and see what it was. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Roxana.
One quick question. So we don't put, do I put in Red Hot in it? I'm seeing the paper here, the information. Do I put in Red Hot?
Yeah, when they ask for the code, you say Red Hots.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the code.
This is your high five, your virtual high five.
Is this the first one?
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay,
if this is the first session that you've been today.
What is the name of the course again?
Canvas Expectations.
Okay, I still can't get in.
I still can't get in.
You have to click it in the chat box. Let me put it in one more time.
In the chat box?
Yes. In the chat box.
In the chat box.
I'm going to put it right now.
All right, put it right now.
There it is. In the chat
Okay.
box. Click on that. And then you're going to get a form. This is Canvas Expectations, Roxana Guerrero. Your secret code is Red Hots. If you are not busy on the 5th and the 10th, 1 o'clock, I will again go through the same presentation to help you do it. If you feel good and you're ready for the next part, I'm going to do the Ninja level at 9 to 10:30 on August 5th and August 10th. Everything will be recorded, and we wish you well. Please Here's Brandy. Y'all know Brandy Addison? She's so funny. She says, reach out before you freak out. So reach out before you freak out. Don't be like, I don't know what to do. No, ma'am. No, sir. You need to go ahead and send us emails. Let us know you need some help, and we will help you. Reach out before you freak out. Very good. Okay. All right, everybody. Go enjoy another session. I know that there's 2 sessions starting right now. Let's see. Seth Kaler starts at 3 o'clock. He's doing Zoom if you want to learn more about Zoom. And Brandy Addison started right now 3 minutes ago. She's Canvas communication tools. So a little bit more about inbox and announcements.
Okay. I'm done.
All right. Thank y'all, everyone. Have a good
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Anne Marie, I can't hear you. I see you moving. You have to unmute your speaker, Maria.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
You need it one more time?
I keep clicking on it, but it doesn't work. I have a Chromebook, so I don't know if that makes it. I went to the chat and it just didn't work. I don't know.
In the chat, if you will select it and maybe open up a new tab and paste it yourself, you could probably do that too. So let me put it in there one more time for you.
Okay.
Grab it out of the chat box and put it in your own tab and see if it opens up. And Jerry, I'm gonna do it for you, okay?
2 to 3:30.
Jerry Auger, I can't hear you, Mama. No, did you do it? Are you good? Jerry, you're muted. I can't hear what you're saying. She's having trouble. Okay, Miss. Oh wait, she's so funny. All right. Anyone else have any more questions? I'm gonna go ahead and end the meeting.
Yeah, can you end it so I can get out and go to the next one? I can't get out.
Jerry, we're done. You can send me an email. I'll see everybody. Thank you for coming. Y'all did an excellent job. And before I end it, I need to save my, I always save my chat if I can find it. Oh, here it is. I saved my chat before I end it. It's saved. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. All right, there it goes. It's gone. Goodbye.